Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. So for today's video, I wanted to do something a little different, talk about a certain subject within gaming, and showcase a program that I use often and that I highly recommend, especially if you're into modifying, personalizing, and customizing your video games to your heart's content. I want to talk to you guys about modding games, cheating in games, and the application known as WeMod. First off, this video is not sponsored. It's not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. The folks behind WeMod don't even know that I exist. I'm genuinely recommending their application because it's a quality product that I truly enjoy, and it's really helped me out with content creation these past couple years. But we're not talking about WeMod just yet. First, I want to talk to you all about modding and cheating in video games. Unfortunately, nowadays, there's a negative connotation around using cheats in video games, even single-player ones, due to all of the scumfuck losers who use cheats and hacks in multiplayer games, which unfortunately has poisoned the well of public opinion when it comes to cheats and mods and trainers, and using them in video games, even single-player ones. Now, I shouldn't have to state this, but for the sake of clarification and pure transparency, if you use cheats and hacks and mods in PvP multiplayer games, you are a scumfuck loser. You're a prick. You're a dirtbag. You're a garbage person. People play PvP multiplayer for a competitive challenge and to have fun, and if you are cheating in a multiplayer video game, you are spoiling the fun for everyone else. You're also a fucking idiot, because why the hell are you even playing a PvP multiplayer game if you're just going to cheat? You didn't earn those kills, you didn't earn that first place, so why even bother? Why not just play single player? Why not just battle the AI? The whole point of playing PvP multiplayer is to overcome and defeat other human beings in a fair competition. So if you use God mode and aim hacks in PvP multiplayer, you've already lost. If you want to kill things in video games while having a significant advantage over them, just play single player games on easy difficulty or use your cheats and hacks in single player. That way, you get your power trip and don't ruin anyone else's fun. But if you derive pleasure by ruining other people's multiplayer games, making sure everyone else doesn't have fun by hacking, you need to see a therapist because you may be a psychopath or sociopath, you fucking freak. So yeah, obviously, don't hack, don't mod, don't cheat in multiplayer games. Be a decent human being, perhaps? Now, with that being said, moving on. Now, while I do personally prefer more modern video games to the old school classics, there is one thing I miss about the old school classic video games that modern video games lack nowadays, and that's in-game cheats, official in-game cheats and cheat codes and stuff like that. Using in-game cheats and modifiers to customize and personalize your experience. Unfortunately, in-game cheats, in-game modifiers have become a rarity, which is why more recent video games like last year's Doom Eternal have become one of my favorite video games of all time, and I immensely enjoy it because the game has actual, official, in-game cheats allowing you to modify and personalize your experience. Another specific individual video game to showcase is Control, which in one of its final updates introduced accessibility and difficulty modifiers, allowing you to personalize your experience. You could make your own God mode in-game without using any third-party mods or cheats. It's a damn shame, however, that features like this are a rarity nowadays, which is where one of the best, the brightest, the most positive subsets of the gaming community come into play. The modders. Now, I'm sure you're all well aware of the most popular mods from the most popular video games such as Skyrim, Fallout, Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, and the like. While there are a lot of grandiose and exotic mods that are deserving of praise and recognition, they unfortunately take away much of the spotlight from the more modest and simple modders, who make fun little cheats and much appreciated game fixes that sometimes the developers never get around to doing. The unsung heroes, if you would. But we'll talk more about them when I start talking about WeMod. Right now, it's important that I address the stigma around cheating and modding and hacking and using trainers in single-player video games. Because there's a surprising number of people who are genuinely offended by this, especially Dark Souls players. So let's get into this. Let's address this. I'll start off being blunt. There's nothing wrong with modding, cheating, hacking, using a trainer in single-player video games. The whole point of playing video games is to be entertained by them, to have fun. If using mods, cheats, hacks, trainers in a single-player video game helps the player have even more fun, with their video game that they purchased, that they own, that they are playing by themselves in an offline environment that doesn't affect you? Yeah, I'm not really seeing a rational or logical reason why that would offend you. But oh, you declare, especially you Dark Souls players, it's not the way the developers intended you to play! Oh, okay. And? Why should I give a shit? I made a transaction. I gave the developer and the publisher my money for a product. I now own the product is mine to do with as I wish. I could wipe my ass with the video game if I want to. I now own it. It's mine. I now want to interact with the product that I purchased, that I now own, in a way I find enjoyable. That's the reason I spent my money on this video game, to enjoy it, as I please. So you're getting upset over my harmless fun? What the fuck, dude? Do you throw a fucking tantrum when people eat pineapple on pizza? They're just eating and enjoying their food, they're not hurting anyone. Now, undeniably, as I have advocated many times in the past, video games are an art form. And there are absolutely cases where I do agree that the developer's original vision, that the developer crafted original intended experience is worth, well, experiencing. But there's no reason to be rigid and obtuse about this, and we need to take into consideration that, well, everyone's different, and everyone has different personal subjective tastes of what they find fun. Now, call me crazy, but I'd like to believe that it's every video game developer's hope that their players enjoy playing their video game. So if a player modifies an aspect of a video game that they found not enjoyable, but modified it so it was enjoyable for them, do you really think the video game developer would take issue with that? Or instead that they would be happy to see that their players found a way to enjoy their game even more? One of the most beautiful and incredible things about video games is their limitless potential, their endless possibilities. So why would you want to limit that? Why would you want to hinder that? Doesn't make any sense, man. If cheating, modding, hacking, using trainers in single-player video games offends you, this is a you problem. You gotta sort yourself out, man. Now let's talk about you. Yes, you who have never used a mod, a hack, a trainer in a single-player video game before. I highly recommend it. Give it a try. Have a new experience with one of your favorite single-player video games. See what happens. Maybe go on a little bit of a power trip. Give yourself unlimited cash, unlimited skill points. Buy all the things. Upgrade all the things. Try out new playstyles and strategies that you couldn't before. Maybe use a mod or hack that makes you invisible to enemies and just goof around with that. Perhaps use it to investigate some unique details you may have missed before. Modding, hacking, and cheating in single-player video games opens up so many more possibilities for unique experiences. The most crucial of all, using mods and trainers to make video games that you didn't enjoy enjoyable and make video games you already enjoyed even more enjoyable. Allow me to give some personal examples. Let's get the big one out of the way first, the Dark Souls games. I modify the games so that I have max health and max stamina right from the start. Using mods and trainers, I make my own personal Dark Souls easy mode, which I find much more enjoyable than the vanilla experience. You see, I love just about everything about the Dark Souls games. The level design, the enemy design, the boss fights. God damn, I love the boss fights so much. I love the armor, weapons, combat, puzzles, exploration, the lore. I love it all, except getting killed in 1 or 2 hits by enemies. I much prefer being able to course correct when I make a mistake in combat, rather than having to restart at a bonfire over and over again and replay the same content over and over again. Having my time wasted is not something I find fun at all. But with my own personal modified Dark Souls easy mode, giving myself maxed out health and maxed out stamina, and maybe a few extra healing items to boot, I'm able to enjoy the game and briskly experience the content at my own pace, and if I die because I made multiple mistakes and not just a single one. I play video games to enjoy myself. I modify Dark Souls in a way that makes it enjoyable for me. Other video games I tend to mod include basically every RPG I play. If a game has an upgrade tree, if it's got skill points, if it's got gameplay mechanics locked behind them, oh, I am modding that shit. It's a big pet peeve of mine when RPG video games lock behind abilities and gameplay mechanics behind their skill trees and their upgrade trees. When I play RPG video games, I just about always give myself unlimited skill points or upgrade points or whatever they're called and just unlock all those skills and abilities from the get-go. I personally really really don't like it when video games lock off playstyles and strategies from me. I want to play as a jack of all trades all the time. If I want to go in stealthy, I'll go in stealthy. If I want to go in loud, I'll go in loud. And hell, if you've got super fun, super powerful abilities locked away until I level up enough, I ain't having that shit. I bought this video game to play it and enjoy it. I want to have fun. Give me the best tools, the best shit right off the bat so I can go wild with them. But that's just my personal preference, and that's why I mod games, to suit that preference. So yeah, I basically mod just about every RPG I play unless it's an online live service where I can't. You see, I'm very peculiar when it comes to progression systems in video games. I don't mind grinding for cosmetics or grinding for weapons. I do mind grinding for power. I do mind grinding for quality of life features that are locked behind a skill tree. That just makes me feel like the game is artificially limiting my potential for personally enjoying the experience. So I modify the games in a way that makes me enjoy them more. So now that we've talked about modding and cheating in video games, my own personal opinions and preferences when it comes to them, it's about time I introduce to all of you a means for which you can all cheat in and modify your favorite single-player video games with WeMod. I'll let their own video do the talking for now.
So you might remember how much fun using cheat codes in games was back in the day. You could max out your character's stats, enable God mode, and even unlock levels. But then something happened. Game developers decided to stop putting cheats in their games. Nowadays, you have to search sketchy websites and even risk downloading viruses to get cheats. WeMod aims to change all that. Our desktop app quickly detects the games installed on your PC and automatically displays the cheats and mods that work with them. Now you can unlock hours of extra game time in your favorite single-player games. Unlimited money? We got you. Teleportation? We'll take you to the moon. Zero gravity? Get floating. Our community of creators regularly adds support for new games, and by joining millions of other WeMod members, you get to vote for the options you want. Not impressed yet? With our remote app, you can enable mods and cheats right from your smartphone or tablet. You'll never need to worry about remembering hotkeys again. The best part? You can download WeMod for free right now. Go to WeMod.com, where you'll find everything you need to get started.
Like I said at the beginning of this video, it's not sponsored by WeMod. I've been using WeMod for a couple years now, and I genuinely love the application. It's helped me out so much with content creation, helping me set up in-game scenarios to capture specific footage, helping me quickly regain progress in video games if I happen to lose a save file, and just helping me have more fun in video games than I otherwise would have. Now, WeMod, for the most part, is very user-friendly, easy to navigate, easy to use, not complicated at all. My hat is off to the hardworking gentlemen developing these trainers and mods for WeMod, especially the legendary Mr. Antifun. I was downloading and using Mr. Antifun's trainers before WeMod was even a thing. He is a talented and reliable individual, and I'm so happy to see him being one of the founding partners of WeMod. Thank you for all that you do and all that you've done, Mr. Antifun. Thanks to him and all the other modders and trainer developers on WeMod, we're able to get such awesome cheats like Dumb Aliens for Alien Isolation. Turn a classic, beloved horror video game into an ironic comedy. Perhaps you're playing Horizon Zero Dawn and you want to make a documentary about the robot dinosaurs. But unfortunately, they keep attacking you every time you get close. So, activate the undetected cheat from WeMod and now observe the robot dinosaurs in all their majesty. Perhaps you want to make an epic montage showcasing the combat from Dragon's Dogma. Well, activate the slow motion cheat. Now get ready to record some really epic shots. Have you ever wondered what playing Gears of War would be like if you just turned off gravity, causing body parts and gore to just float through the air? Wouldn't that just be funny as hell? Perhaps you're playing Days Gone and you just don't feel like playing during the nighttime. Well, Activate the daytime plus 1 hour cheat and customize whatever you want the time of day to be. Morning, afternoon, evening, whatever your preferred time of day is to kill zombies at. It's cheats like these that make WeMod so awesome, that makes modding and cheating in your favorite single-player games so awesome. Being able to personalize and customize your favorite single-player games to your whim, maximize your enjoyment out of them. Perhaps experience them in a whole new way. Seriously, if you play games on PC, if you are a PC gamer, give WeMod a try. It's totally free, and if you enjoy the program and want to support it, you can subscribe to their monthly subscription service, WeMod Pro, which gives you access to the phone app, an in-game overlay, exclusive themes, and so much more. These are some hardworking, talented, and very generous folks. I see no issue with throwing a few bucks their way if you can and if you want to. So, that's been my video on cheats, mods, trainers, and WeMod. I use all of them, I enjoy all of them, and I hope I've given you all a new perspective on all of them. And I hope you enjoyed this video in the process. If you did indeed, please leave a comment, leave a like, share the video on social media, Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook. And if you want to help out and support me directly, well, there's links to my Ko-fi and my Patreon in the description down below. Once again, this has been a video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.